Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Reverse Rebirth. In today's episode, I'm not really going to recap anything in the last episode because literally nothing happens, but in this episode we have one more world to explore in this first half, and that is actually not a Disney World, but rather Traverse Town. So yeah, I guess we'll just end things off with making an original world here for Kingdom Hearts. So anyways, in we go, and it's basically like, it was actually the very first world that we visited as Sora for this game here, and it's supposed to be like a tutorial world. So yeah, we're gonna make this last for this first half here, and they actually still use the very same room where where they actually designed it to get the players used to the mechanics and all that, and and for the overworlds here. And so yeah, they use it again, but they just use it as just a regular Heartless battles and all that. You go around and then you just fight them like that. So anyway, so I gotta say here, I hate this deck that they that they give us, and the reason being is because well, I mean, it's kind of the same with Neverland, but I guess there are a couple other decks where they would just give you a lot of low number cards and all that. But I will have to say the same for this one. I actually hate this deck very much, especially, and I actually was feeling the frustration and all that while I was recording this, and the reason is because you're only given like a 1/9 card and maybe a 1/8 card as well, but like have it's like either some middle card or middle numbers or some low numbers, but like the one on top are just the die number cards. And so the reason for this is because apparently the Heartless around here are very dual happy, and as a matter of fact, I actually would recommend you not use a dual system. Well, okay, I just use it right here though. But yeah, I would definitely recommend that you do not use a dual system for this world, or whichever world that you pick for this kind of point in this game. Yeah, because yeah, you can see here they decided to do it twice in a row because for some reason the Heartless love to do dual systems in this one, and so like they're very much dual happy. It's like almost like the game just literally programmed them to always use a dual system. So because of that, then you don't want to use a dual system here, and the reason being is because I guess for what it is, that the way that the Heartless cards have their card set up is that it's based on the current amount of cards in your deck. Oh, and also, yeah, this is actually where I finally show off the those slates they can use whenever Riku's in dark mode. So yeah, this is actually where I show off where we use Dark Break right here. So you just basically trounce on the Heartless, then just constantly press the triangle when shown to you for the reaction command, and then he also has Dark Faraga. So basically, those moves for whenever you fight. Well, I would say back in Kingdom Hearts 1, where you use those moves against Sora. So now that you're playing as Riku when he's in dark mode, you actually get to use those moves yourself. So that's honestly cool, if anything. And there's also Dark Aura where he'll just fly over the place, which I guess is kind of hard to maneuver and all that. If you're a control here as opposed to the AI control. So yeah, there's that though. I don't really get to show up just yet though. Hopefully I will be sometime. So anyway, so back to what I was saying about how the Heartless would use their own kind of decks. So yeah, whenever you're in dual mode, then a lot of times they will always, and I do mean always, use like maybe like either an 8 or 7 first, and then they'll go straight to a 9 card. So you want to take a close look for what card you want to use, and as a matter of fact, that's actually what I don't do because I'm always in such a rush, and so I just basically like recklessly go through shuffle all the cards until I get to the right one. But they'll use either 8 or 7s first, and then they'll go straight up to 9. So if you use a 9 first, and then because you only give a 1/9 for this one, and as a matter of fact, I don't think I ever saw any though. I mean, unless you guys might have seen them yourselves though, but I did not see any 0 cards, so I'm guessing that well, maybe there was though. I don't know, but yeah, I was pretty sure that I wasn't really given any 0 cards at all. So because of that, then after the 8 or 7s, they'll use the 9 cards, and so if you already sacrificed the 9 card that you have, the only one, then you're fucked because there are no others here, and so you're very much gonna be attacked, and therefore you're gonna lose dual system, and then Riku will get stunned, and then is left wide open for attack. So so you want to be very careful with this right here, because yeah, like I said, if you end up using the 9 card and then they start using the 9 card, then yeah, you're fucked. So because of that, I would not recommend you use the dual system because I guess apparently this kind of world, the way they give you your deck, they basically designed it with, and they did not have the whole dual system in mind at all. So yeah, in fact, they didn't have any of that in mind at all whenever they for this kind of development. So yeah, so that's honestly, I gotta say, probably a bit of a poor design choice when for the kind of cards or the kind of the kind of deck that they give you. Sorry if I'm talking too fast, but yeah, that's actually where the whole problem with you know, with this game giving you a set deck comes in. Because at least with Sora's gameplay, then, you know, you're actually given your own kind of a cards to set up your own deck, and then you can actually be able to customize whichever you want to, and you're free to all do that. So that is actually something I really do appreciate when it comes to Sora's gameplay. And I know the only drawback is that, you know, you have to is, you know, the whole reload system where, you know, where you're given this counter, and so it goes up to 3, so it actually does take a while longer, but at least you're given the freedom to, you know, just basically customize your own deck. And just to use your own cards. And actually just be able to use your own high number cards, and then you'll be given 0 cards as well. So, so yeah, that's, you know, maybe something that that Sora would have over Riku. But yeah, but since Riku's gameplay would, you know, they just they already give you their own kind of set deck, then, you know, you're not able to customize anything whatsoever, though. And now I can appreciate actually at least, you know, making this whole thing unlimited, and especially with the enemy cards you can use. So you're not really given you're not really, you know, limited to any card points though, but because of the set deck that they give you, then yeah, that really does feel more limited than anything with the way they give it to you. And you know, because sometimes, you know, they could actually just go the cheap end and not give you very many high number cards, and would just give you the low number cards as well. So yeah, because of that, then, you know, you really do feel limited, especially if you're going up against the well, like either the strong Heartless or, as a matter of fact, the bosses. And, you know, wait till we get to the boss, which obviously, you know, we already know it's guard armor that we're gonna be fighting. And I'm gonna say here that I had a lot of trouble with guard armor. Now, I mean, I actually did manage to beat him in my first attempt though, but I actually came really fucking close to actually just, you know, getting my ass handed to me. And you'll definitely see what I mean once we get to the actual boss fight. But yeah, and that's only because of the deck that they just give us. So yeah, because of that, this is, you know, borderline one of the worst decks that that they ever get of all time. So, and I think from what I heard, there might be another one later on though. I mean, I'm not sure entirely though, because, you know, again, I have not played this. I haven't played this in a long time, and you know, because of that, then, you know, it might be kind of blind. Well, maybe not blind per se, but, you know, just kind of. So. So I kind of forget what to expect for all this here. So, and as a matter of fact, I've only played through Riku's campaign just once though, and that was only on Rechain of Memories, not the GBA version, because I've never played the GBA version of Riku's campaign, because I got completely stuck on Sora's campaign. You know, when I got to the end, or when I got to the 13th floor of Castle Oblivion, and I just quit because, you know, because I just hit a massive brick wall that was that I couldn't get through because because they wouldn't give me more green cards, and they still did not fix it in this remake. God damn it! Yeah, clearly somebody did not play test here. Or they just, you know, or probably just too lazy or anything like that. So, and you know, thank God that, you know, that I wasn't really stupid enough. That, as a matter of fact, maybe I actually did know better about this. Is that you know, if you have Almighty Darkness, I'm pretty sure I have it with me though, but because of this deck they give you, make sure, guys, for the love of God, do not use Almighty Darkness for this role, whichever role you're in this kind of position, because, you know, because of the way the deck gives you, and since if you choose Almighty Darkness, then that's when those Heartless will score these higher number cards. So yeah, because of that, and because of that, you know, that poor design flaw that they when it comes to the deck, I would highly recommend you do not use Almighty Darkness for this here, because, you know, because you're gonna have a miserable time because of it. So, but yeah, other than that though, then that's pretty much what I've been dealing with all this time. Just having to you know, deal with the the dual system, and so you can actually just you know, whenever it's a dual mode, just don't try not to press triangle so much though, because of the way the deck gives you. Because, you know, like I said, apparently the Heartless in this game love to try using the dual system, or just try using the same number of cards that you're using. Because yeah, at this point in the world, it is very dual happy. So, but yeah, we're getting pretty close to the boss room here. So, decided to go ahead and use Moments Free because, you know, well, I mean, then again, I kind of go by a pattern for the color cards, and, you know, and I always go by the number cards that just already shown to me. So, like, for instance, it shows me a 4, then I just use 4 cards. So, but But, you know, it is a good thing, and I guess I was lucky enough that I was able to use Moments Free for this, because holy shit. This point will get absolutely fucking brutal, though, so... And who knows what the next... Well, I guess whichever next one we're going to be in, because I still haven't... Because by the time this is uploaded, then I haven't really recorded the next episode, so that's actually what I'll do later on, after this is uploaded. Because, yeah, because I still want to make it for lost time, since I haven't been able to upload very much in the last week. Mainly because of, you know, Christmas and New Year's, of course, so... Anyway, so here it is, guard armor. And, yeah, like I was saying before, I had a bit of a miserable time against this guy. And, you know, and again, I emphasize, it's all because of the way that this deck is given to you. Now, thankfully, this Mickey card that I just got is a night card, so I can actually be able to just use him right here. And, you know, I might as well because, you know, yeah, you can see here because, yeah, they go by the high number cards first and then the low number cards. And at some points, guard armor will go and try to use high number cards, and that will say, like, you know, a lot of times. So because of that, then you're gonna suffer from a lot of card breaks. And yeah, I'm only gonna use the slaves a couple of times though, but I don't want to use it too much because, you know, just like with Sora, then you lose the first card that's set up in the stock. So yeah, try not to use it too much though. Just use it a couple of times and then just shoot it down afterwards. Unfortunately, you know, because I do not have a Mega Potion to reload the or to reload anything whatsoever, especially with the other attack cards. Then yeah, you're very much limited here because, you know, you're not getting these kind of cards at all. So that really does feel limited, and just locked into only having those kind of cards here. And also, after you use the gimmick card, then you want to make sure to reload afterwards too, so that way you'll gain the upper hand at the very least. But yeah, guard armor loves to use the high number cards, so if you actually end up having, well, as a matter of fact, maybe actually you might as well just use a Jafar card for this, and which is something I forgot to do. I ended up using the Maleficent card, but I just want to get this done over with because, you know, just having higher attack power and all that. And yeah, you can also see here that, yeah, I try to use the Mickey card because I really want to use it, but, you know, I guess by complete accident I used the dual system, and I don't have enough other cards to actually break its own card at all. So, and yeah, he's doing it again here too. Yeah, you see what I mean about this world being absolutely dual happy? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean here. So, yeah, that is not a very well designed kind of world, I gotta say, and because of the way that the way they give you this kind of deck here. So, and thank God that was a close one here. I was so low on HP, as you can see here. And thank God, the gimmick card actually saved my life here. So, yeah, this is actually where the gimmick cards will be your absolute best friend in this one. So, you're going to make sure to use it whenever it's given to you because, yeah, because of the way that that this deck is given to you. So, yeah, that's actually the main reason why I was having so much shit against guard armor. Because of the way the deck was given to me. If they actually give me a actually good deck and it would give me a lot of high number cards, then this would have been a better boss fight, and I wouldn't be that miserable against them. But no, it's because of the whole design they gave to me. So, you know, I would say it's really my fault per se, though. I mean, I know I mess up on sometimes though, but it's not entirely my fault in this one though. It's actually the game's fault. I will say that much. And, you know, and honestly though, I hate sounding like I really hate to sound like Eagle Raptor and all that's right here, but I'm gonna have to make an exception in this one here. It's, you know, it's all because of the deck they gave me here. So it's the game really. So that's, you know, a bit of a poor design choice. So that's actually the reason why. So, and not to mention for the fact that you know, another thing about guard armor is that, as you just saw, that you know, he has a lot of you know. It's not just with the main body though, but he has all of his other limbs, like, you know, the arms and the legs have their own kind of HP. So you have to go and get rid of them as well, in addition to the main body. So that's also another thing that I was having trouble with, is, you know, because of the fact that the way guard armor is that they, you know, pretty much all the parts have their own kind of HP, and it's quite long as well. So yeah, I had to go through having to get rid of those parts, and then get to the main body against guard armor. So yeah, that's without a doubt probably one of the worst bosses you had to go through for this one because of that kind of deck. So Yeah, but thank God I actually went through this one at least. So, and it was actually my first attempt too. So at least I didn't die against him though. As a matter of fact, I actually did come very close to dying. Had it not been for that gimmick card, that actually managed to save my life at the last second. But yeah, like I said, I really wanted to use a Mickey card, but it only gave me like, you know, just a number card and a 0 card. And so I guess that's kind of the reason why I went for the whole duel system, which I didn't want to do. But you know, this game was really just you know, very much having a fetish with the duel systems apparently. So. So, anyways, at least I'll be going through this one just fine though. So, God, that was a bit of a nightmare. So, anyways, I guess all that aside, then, yeah, there's also another thing I just wanted to bring back as well, and you know, I was actually talking about Mickey Mouse and who he's voiced by. So yeah, Mickey, so King Mickey, and you know, and this is the same thing with Kingdom Hearts 1 because that same voice actor. But yeah, Mickey in this game was voiced by Wayne Allwine, and the reason why I said the word "was" is because well, it's because, you know, Wayne Allwine had voiced Mickey Mouse, like, you know, since the, I guess, you know, since the late 90s and then, well, into the 2000s. Unfortunately, by 2009, Wayne Allwine had passed away, because, you know, he was, because of his failing health, and I guess it is kind of easy to tell with, the way his voice was. Because, you know, he wasn't, because he really wasn't doing so well, and so that eventually led to his death, which is, you know, you know, really sad, honestly, though. So, so yeah, because of that, and that's, you know, with all the media and all that though. So so afterwards, you know, since he passed away, then that's when Brett Iwan had stepped in to fill in the role for well, he became the current voice of Mickey Mouse, and so yeah, ever since then that's when he started voicing Mickey Mouse. So, you know, by the time of Birth by Sleep and basically all of his other appearances in other Disney media, like, you know, I would say, you know, Disney parks and some other materials and all that though. So yeah, that's actually his current voice there. So yeah, that's what I do want to bring up right here. But yeah, but you know, it's I guess kind of ironic seeing that, you know, this is actually the very first appearance, the first physical appearance of Mickey Mouse, and you know, and he did technically appear at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, but that's only by a silhouette. So anyway, so now we're done with Traverse Town, and I guess that's all the world cards we have in the first set. But we already know there's going to be the second half of the world cards for after this one here, which we'll see. So anyway, so let's go and get the hell out of here after all this brutality here.
Huh? What are you supposed to be? Surprised? I guess you should be. After all, I look just like you. I'll tell you what I am. I'm an exact replica of you that Vexen made from your data. So you're a fake me. Not a fake! I don't care if you're real. You're not better. We share the same body and the same talents. But there is one easy way to tell us apart, though. Unlike you, I fear nothing. Are you calling me a coward? You're afraid of the dark. The darkness inside you still frightens you, no matter what you say. But I'm different. I embrace the darkness. I can make it do whatever I want. So, I can wipe the floor with you.
Alrighty, so now we have now we got the fight against the Riku replica, or Faku, or Repliku, or something like that. I mean, you know, it's actually a good nickname for either one of those. You call him, you know, Faku or Repliku. Probably more accurate for the latter though, because, you know, because he's actually a replica. All right, so let's go and talk about the fight against Repliku. So, can I just say one thing though? There are going to be times where, you know, where this whole fight would definitely throw me off, and you'll see in just a minute here. What I do want to say though is that, you know, unlike with Sora, where you can't really use like any kind of slaves, especially Lethal Flame. God damn it. You actually get to fight in the more traditional way, where or because of that given to you, so you have to just, you know, attack him head on. And you don't want to try to make sure to you know, use as much as you can with the enemy cards and all that. Okay, so this is it right here. So, whenever Riku goes to the dark mode and just wears the same exact darkness poodle skirt here, this is where it really throws you off, because they look exactly the same, and there are going to be times where, you know, you'll definitely just mistake mistake a Repliku for the real Riku, because of both wear the same outfits. So you're going to be wondering, like, you know, why am I not moving and all that, though? But that's actually because, you know, because it's actually not the real one here. You're just it's the one you're fighting against. So yeah, you're gonna get real confused to tell which one's which here. So yeah, that's where it comes in, where it just throws me off. So it does get really confusing because of it here. So you do want to be mindful of exactly where you are, because it's just two of the same thing. So yeah, it's gonna be like an absolutely crazy because of it. So there we go.
Hey, fake! I thought I heard you say you were gonna wipe the floor with me. Don't forget, I'm still new. I'll get stronger and stronger. The next time we fight, you're finished. Then let's fight now!
Oh, call now. We just fought him.
It's nice having darkness on my side. You are so missing out. How could you be scared of something that can be so thrilling? Enough! So now the coward is playing tough. So long, real thing. Hope you don't miss me. Come back! No way. I'm not a coward.
Hey, you know, I gotta say, this whole thing really is giving me some Sonic Adventure 2 vibes, don't you think? Oh yeah.
So, how was the real thing?
He's spineless. In no time at all, I'll be better than him.
In the meantime, would you be interested in meeting another who's considered a hero?
You mean Sora. I hear he's somewhere in the castle. You want me to take care of him?
We'll see. Yes. I intend to make good use of you.
No worries. The real Riku is nothing. Sora won't be either. They're no match for me. Come out! Show yourself, fake!
Fake? Oh no. That's not exactly the right word.
What are you saying? Isn't he just a copy of me?
More like a model. He is an example of what you should try to be. He accepts the darkness. Just like you once couldn't help but accept me. But now you are afraid. Perhaps you are the one who is being fake. Fake when you pretend to have no fear.
When have I been afraid of the dark?
Inside of the card worlds, you grapple desperately with the darkness. Desperation is fear. You fight the darkness because it is what frightens you.
Be quiet!
Stubborn boy. Then continue your fight if you must. Eventually, you will learn. You cannot resist the darkness.
Alright, so now we're at the second half of Riku's campaign with more world cards. And look at that! Challenge from the inn? Oh, what challenge from the inn? What inn? Are you saying that we had a challenge from a hotel? That's gotta be, that's it. That's a hotel is what it is. Oh god, okay. So yeah, I just got a challenge from this nice cozy hotel that we have here called the Castle Oblivion Inn. Okay, cool. Alright, so anyway, so next time Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Reverse Rebirth, we're gonna do the second half and do the next world. So, we still have a ways to go. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.